Once upon a time, in a bustling town, there lived a man named Dave. Dave was ambitious and always wanted to be the best at everything he did. He wanted to learn how to outwork anyone and become the most productive person in the world. One day, he heard about a legendary monk who lived in a tranquil monastery on the outskirts of the town. This monk was known for his extraordinary work ethic and wisdom. Determined to learn from him, Dave set off for the monastery. After a long journey, Dave arrived at the peaceful monastery nestled in the mountains. He found the monk meditating under a cherry blossom tree, the petals gently falling around him. "Excuse me, wise monk," Dave said, bowing respectfully. "I seek your wisdom. I want to know how to outwork everyone. Can you teach me?" The monk opened his eyes, looked at Dave, and smiled. "Of course, Dave. But first, let us have lunch." Dave was confused, but followed the monk to the dining hall. They enjoyed a simple meal of rice and vegetables. Dave, eager to start learning, finished quickly and looked expectantly at the monk. "Patience, Dave," the monk said calmly. "We will begin after we eat." After lunch, the monk led Dave to a courtyard where there was a massive pile of firewood. "I want you to chop all this wood and stack it neatly," the monk said. Dave rolled up his sleeves and began chopping. He worked tirelessly, his muscles straining with each swing of the axe. The sun climbed high in the sky and then began to set. By evening, Dave was exhausted, but the pile of firewood was still large. "Monk," Dave said, panting, "this is hard work, but I will continue." The monk nodded and said, "Good. Now I have another task for you." He led Dave to a garden overgrown with weeds. "I want you to pull out all the weeds from this garden," the monk said. Dave sighed but got to work. He pulled and tugged at the stubborn weeds, his hands blistering. By the next morning, the garden was clear, but Dave was utterly exhausted. "Monk, I am very tired," Dave said. "Is this how I become the hardest worker?" The monk smiled kindly. "You are doing well, Dave. But there is one final lesson." He took Dave to a quiet pond surrounded by bamboo trees. "I want you to sit here and watch the fish swim for an hour," the monk said. Dave was puzzled, but did as he was told. He sat by the pond, watching the fish glide gracefully through the water. The sound of the bamboo leaves rustling in the wind and the gentle splashing of the water was soothing. Dave began to relax, and his mind started to clear. After an hour, the monk returned. "How do you feel, Dave?" he asked. Dave smiled. "I feel calm and refreshed," the monk nodded. You see, Dave, working hard is important, but so is taking time to rest and rejuvenate. To truly outwork others, you must find balance. Overworking yourself leads to burnout, but working smart and knowing when to rest will sustain you. Dave thought about the monk's words and realized the truth in them. He had been so focused on working hard that he had forgotten the importance of rest and balance. "Thank you, wise monk," Dave said. "I understand now." The monk smiled warmly. "Remember, Dave, true productivity comes from working smart, not just hard. Take care of yourself, and you will be able to achieve great things without exhausting yourself." From that day on, Dave worked diligently, but also made sure to take time to rest and enjoy life. He became known not only for his hard work, but also for his wisdom and balanced approach to life. The story teaches us that while hard work is important, finding balance and taking care of ourselves are equally crucial. By working smart and allowing time for rest and enjoyment, we can achieve our goals without burning out. True productivity and success come from maintaining this balance.